Hello everyone and welcome to the Elder Scrolls Online. In this video, I want to talk about 3 different ways I like to farm experience very quickly. The first tip I want to talk about is something you can do every single day. Go ahead and hit P and you'll see the Dungeon Finder and the Battlegrounds. If you look here, you can see that you'll get a huge chunk of experience for doing this once per day. Now, it doesn't matter which one you choose, however, random normal is the easiest to do. You can see the rewards are the same, so go ahead and do a random normal dungeon once per day. Make sure you select your role and then just click join queue. Under the same menu, you can find your battlegrounds. Go ahead and click battleground, make sure it's selected to random battleground, and then join queue. Now for this, you just have to make sure you either get first or second place in order to get this. If you do end up getting third, just go ahead and join again and keep doing it until you get that first or second place. The second thing I want to talk about are public dungeon loops, or even some overland loops. And what I mean by a loop is an area that you can run in a circle and kill large group of mobs over and over and over, and they'll keep respawning as you do this circle. Now there are a lot of loops in the game. In fact, you can look them up. They're often called grind locations, and again, the most common locations are in public dungeons or in the overlands. This would be the overland, just running around like normal. Maybe you found a town full of zombies or something. However, public dungeons are icons that look like this. You can see in Glenumbra, we have the Badman Hollows. Now, one of my favorite dungeon loops is if you go ahead and exit out to the map, go ahead and click on Vardenfell here, and you'll probably have this way shrine here. This is the starting way shrine. All you have to do is port to this way shrine, and then travel all the way up this road until you get to the very top. Here's the public dungeon in Vardenfell. The name of the public dungeon is Forgotten Wastes, and I can go ahead and quickly show you how to get to my favorite loop and what the loop is. Okay, so here's the entrance to the dungeon. Now you can go down either path. Both paths will get you there eventually. However, the south path is the fastest route to the grind location. Now, once we get to the location, you're going to have to decide what skills you're going to use to kill the mobs. And if you don't know this already, you need to figure out if you're a stamina build or a magicka build. The easiest way to figure this out is decide which weapons you want to use. If you're a brand new player, think to yourself, do I like, bow and arrows? Do I like dual wield, two hands, sword board? Or do I like staves like fire staff, ice staff, lightning staff? And depending on which you choose, you'll either put most of your points into magicka or most of your points into stamina. If you decide to do magic and do the staves, there's the destruction staff line, make sure you put all your points into magicka. Okay, if you go with sword and board, dual wield, bow and arrow, make sure you put your points into stamina. Now, here are a few skills, I'll put them up on the screen, that you're going to want to learn in order to deal a lot of damage to these mobs. For magicka users, you're going to want to use Wall of Elements. That you'll put that down and then do a spammable ability, maybe Impulse there. And for, using a bow and dual wield, you're going to want to use Whirlwind for dual wield. Just spam that over and over. And for bow, you want Endless Hail. And maybe even Arrow Spray. Okay, so here's the loop. So you can see I'm a magicka user, so I put down that Wall of Elements. That's kind of what the cracking fiery earth is. And then because I'm a necromancer, instead of spamming Impulse, I'm just spamming some of my necromancer skills. For those of you that are making a necromancer right now, use the Scythe. The Scythe is a very good skill as it damages multiple enemies at once while healing you as well. So you can see I just kind of run this loop. You can go ahead and rewatch the loop a couple times just so you get it, but you can see that the mobs kind of spawn just as I'm there, so I'm putting down my damage before they even spawn. So again, depending on what class you use, you'll use different abilities. Feel free to comment down below and say, hey, what skills should I use? I'm this class and I use stamina or I use magicka, and I can kind of clarify that for you if you need. Okay, so there are a couple of things that you can do to increase the amount of experience you're getting while you're killing these mobs. Two things. One, your training gear, and two, your experience buff. Now, the first thing you want to go ahead and get is training gear. Now, basically what that means is that the trait on the piece of gear is called training. You can see the trait on this gear is infused. Okay, so if I go ahead and search one of my sets here, you'll see training right there. Okay, it's a purple piece of gear with the trait training on it. You can see it reads increased experience gained from kills by 10%. Now that's one piece. If we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, that's 70% bonus experience. And you can do the weapon as well. Okay, both the front and the back bar. For your jewelry, it doesn't matter. So that's anywhere from 70 to 80% bonus experience from training gear. My best recommendation to getting this is asking a friend or asking Zone Chat. It's very cheap gear, so don't be spending more than 10k gold on a set of training gear. It should not be that expensive. The other thing are experience scrolls and or ambrosia. Okay, ambrosia is basically your experience potion for ESO. It looks something like this right here. Okay, we have 3 different types of potions: the Sigic ambrosia, the ethereal ambrosia, and the mythic ambrosia. Okay, so this one right here is your basic 50% bonus. This is your 100% bonus, and this is your 150% bonus. Now, these go for about 30k. These go for about 10, 11, 12k, and this is about 2 to 3k. So depending on how rich you are, you want to choose one of these potions. Now, if you do happen to have scrolls, experience scrolls, you can use these instead. They do not stack. You use one or the other. Okay, so if you have these, don't waste your money on potions. Just use these. You can see again, we have a 50, I have 150 here, and there is also a 100 one as well. Now you can buy these from the Crown Store with gems. You can get them from crates. You can even get them from just logging in every day. Okay, so don't spend money unless you need to. The training gear is definitely worth buying. Okay, so the last thing I wanted to talk about was what's called a Skyreach run. Now Skyreach is a delve here in Craiglorn, right here. Okay, and Craiglorn, for those that don't know, is right near the center of the map. You could just ask someone in Zone Chat for a port or maybe a guildie. But basically what people will do here is they'll try and sell Skyreach runs. So basically you'll pay someone to run you through, just you and him, run you through the Skyreach and kill everything for you. That way you're gaining a bunch of experience really, really quickly. Now, the going price for Skyreach runs is anywhere from 4k to 10k right now. If I go ahead and look at my Zone Chat, I know you guys can't see it because it's blocked, but I see someone selling it for 8. I see another person selling it for 8. So really depends. Obviously, if you have friends, maybe they're willing to do it for free and you can partner up with them. That would be a great way. However, I still prefer the public dungeon loops because I can do that by myself. Skyreach, you kind of need a buddy to do it. However, if you're rich and you have the money, it's a pretty easy way to get some good, fast experience. Hey everyone, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, please post them down below. There is another kind of bonus way. When Necromancer first came out, I was able to level up my Necromancer to max level in about 4 hours. I think you can do it a little bit faster, however, it's very, very cost expensive. And that is through Master Writs. If you want a video on Master Writs and how to level up really, really, really fast, go ahead and post down below in the comments and maybe I'll make a whole video just over that. Thanks guys, and have a good one.